if someone you love or one of your friends happen to get a serious cut and blood got everywhere, would you know how to clean up the spill? Do you know what risk could involve when you come in contact with the blood? Today we're going to talk about cleaning up the spill, and we're going to talk about how you can avoid getting caught up in any of these infectious diseases. My name is Corey Jackson, and I've been certified by Pro Bloodborne on how to clean up these spills. In order to clean them up, you'll need bleach, absorbent towels, and special gloves. Special gloves meaning gloves that you can use to give an exam. The reason being, if you use gloves that aren't certified for exams, the holes in the gloves could be large enough for the viruses to pass through. But in order to really protect yourself, you're going to have to know what you're protecting yourself from. Primarily, the 3 bloodborne pathogens that we're experiencing are HIV and AIDS, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. We're going to talk a little bit about all 3. HIV and AIDS attacks the body so that your body cannot protect itself from normal viruses, like a cold. You don't have symptoms for years. You don't just immediately contract it and all of a sudden you're sick. Some of the symptoms are fever, fatigue, weight loss, and a rash. It can be passed through sex, but primarily it's the transfer of bodily fluids. So if there's a cut, your hand, an opening, breaking the skin, by coming in contact with contaminated blood, you could catch it. Don't depend on the symptoms to tell you that it's a possibility that you have the virus. It can only be done by a blood test. Next is hepatitis B. And it causes liver inflammation, liver failure. And some of the symptoms are yellow eyes, yellow skin, tiredness, loss of appetite, nausea, and it's 100 times easier to catch than HIV. 100 times easier. It's also spread by sexual contact, sharing needles, and so forth. So you get a cut, you already have, let's just say you bit your nails and you pulled it too far and it's exposed and it comes in contact with infected blood, yes, you can get it. All right, hepatitis C. Same symptoms as hepatitis B, but hepatitis C can incubate for decades. Meaning if you're dependent upon the symptoms to tell you that something's wrong, it won't happen. You'll be later on in your life and all of a sudden the symptoms are developed. Because the only way to know if you have it is through a blood test. There was a time when there were a lot of people who got hepatitis C from transfusions. You can get hepatitis C from tattoo artists. So you're going to get your tattoo, and instead of using disposable equipment, the tattoo artist is wiping it off and reusing it. You can easily contact hepatitis C. One more fact that we didn't talk about is that one of the problems with hepatitis is that it can live outside of the body for 7 days. So those needles can sit there and they'll use them 6 days later. You can still get it. Whereas with HIV can barely live outside the body for a day. So that shouldn't be a concern if you're going to the tattoo artist. So if you're going to get a tattoo, the first thing you want to know about is how does he disinfect his equipment? Now, what I'm going to show you now, and we know we're acquainted with these 3 bloodborne pathogens, let me show you how to clean up the spill. You're going to need your gloves, disposable towels, and a 1-part bleach, 9-part water solution. So, if you're washing dishes at home, that's the formula for having a disinfected water. 1 part bleach, 9 parts water. So, if you have 10 cups, one of those cups should be bleach. So, a cap full of bleach in a sink full of water is not enough to disinfect your dishes. Okay. Now, we're going to clean up our mock spill here. First thing we're going to do is you have to wipe. You got to corral your spill. You got to corral it. Let's just say our spill is in the center point of the table. So we'll make sure we get enough towels here to clean up our mock spill. And we're going to, if it's on corners, we're going to push it towards the center. Push it towards the center. And we're going to absorb. And once we absorb, assuming we got this done on the first try, if we didn't, then we're going to repeat this process over with until we get all of the pathogen from the surface. Once we do that, place your towel in one hand, scrunch it, and you pull your glove from the palm. Pull it from the palm because you don't want to take the chance of getting it on your hand. And as you pull the glove, it wraps around the towel. Now for the other glove, you take your finger and you stick it under the glove, skin to skin, glove to glove. And you slide it under the glove and you pull both sections over the other. If you're not allergic to latex, I would advise using latex because it's much more flexible. You don't risk the chance of the glove tearing. Now, once you do that, you discard your glove to your trash can. Process starts again. You do not touch your bleach solution with hands that have pathogen on them. So, we're going to, assuming we cleaned it up good, we're going to spray disinfectant. We're going to don our second pair of gloves. If you're also, another thing about it, if you're using latex gloves, you can put on more than one pair at one time. And so instead of having to start the glove process over, you can simply peel. And we're going to put our gloves on. And we're going to gather more paper towels. And we're going to wipe our surface. Now, you may be wondering, well, how long should I leave the bleach on the table before I wipe it up? Leave bleach down for several minutes. Do not immediately spray it and then immediately wipe it up. It takes time for disinfectant. At least 2 minutes to completely kill all of the virus. Then once again, once we're finished, skin it, put your palm, pinch it by the palm, pull that off. Had to cheat a little bit because these gloves are tight. Skin to skin. And we're successful at containing the spill. Now we don't have to worry about dropping it anywhere. and we throw that away. Now that you know the risks and how transmission occurs, always remember that after you take your gloves off, you need to wash your hands thoroughly. If you have a wedding band, you got to pull your wedding band up and push it down so that you can get the bacteria or possible virus that could be up under. Any kind of bacteria will be under the ring, so you must move your ring back and forth. Make sure you lather up the front and back of your hands. And disposal is just as important as cleaning it up. Once you have taken the time to put it in the trash, remove the bag liner and immediately place it in the outside container so that it can be disposed of. And now you know how to clean up a bloodborne spill.